Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope you already have an amazing day so far. I hope you are ready for a new DIY because it's a new day and we are going to start it fresh with a new DIY. What we're going to use, we are going to use the smaller tumbling tile blocks, and of course I always say make sure that you have 4 until 5 packages laying around. You always have enough for every DIY. I have here my container. You know already you can choose anything you like for what you're going to use. But the most important thing is of course the wood glue, and this is the brand Pattex, but you can use any brand you like. Of course I have here my container with some paint inside, and this is only an example. You can choose any color you like. I have here my old saucer with an old piece of kitchen towel to wipe away the glue, and he is wet. Then the glue is easier wiping away. So that's the main pieces we need for this day. What we're going to make, we are going to make something you can use. It's not really a shelf, it's maybe a little counter. I don't know how it will turn out, but you see it in a moment. I hope you join me. So we are going to start with 2 rows of 7 blocks, 2 rows of 7. We're going to do some glue on the top side like this, and we row them together until one piece, and this one, and over here. And of course you can make it longer if you like that. Maybe if you see the ending of the DIY you think maybe I will do it a little bit longer, it's also fine. You can change up with all the DIYs, whatever you don't like, just change it up for your own taste. And of course the last piece we are going, and number 7 is of course the close you up. We're going to give it some pressure from within over here, and of course squeeze it at the end. We start from the inside, we go to the outside, and then gently squeeze everything together. You're going to get your old piece of towel and you're going to wipe away the glue you don't need, and wait a couple of minutes, and then you're going to turn it and do the other side also with some which is under the glue. So you see I have here my 2 pieces of 7, but I changed my mind. I'm going to make 1 extra. So I'm going to do 2 pieces of 8, but of course there will be more. So I'm going to do 1 block extra on the ending. So over here, so you have now 2 rows of 8, and I'm going to do 2 rows of 8 extra. So you see I have my 2 rows of 8 extra, and I'm going to make the same 2 rows I did. That's why I always never can tell you how many blocks I use, because I change my mind all the time. When I'm when I'm working, then something is coming into my head, and then I think, oh, maybe that will be nice also. That's why I never know how many I will use, and that's why I tell you always keep 4 until 5 packages laying around so you can make them all. But of course everything is easy to make. So again I'm going to gently squeeze them from the inside to the outside over here, and now we make sure that we have a straight line because that's important. And we do here the same, squeeze them together over here, and the last 2, and squeeze it. We're going to wipe away the glue, and always later when you go back and you're going to do the rest of the glue, if you want to turn your piece, always make sure that you do it quickly and then change it on the side. Always never just wait, just go quickly, change it, and then you are really, and if it does break, it doesn't matter, just glue it together again. So now we gave them a couple of minutes. We are going to place 1 on the side. We're going to get a loose block like this. We do some glue over here, and we are going to place it in between over here. Place this one on the side. We do some block over here, and we place it of course in between over here like this. Going to squeeze it this way, and we do here the same, also some loose block over here this way, and I'm going to press it together. Make sure that it is a straight line on the top. This one of course I do also on the side, but I do it on this side because we need to do it on both of the sides. So I'm just going to start with this one over here. So again, this way. And now we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. So now we gave it a couple of minutes. We're going to get another loose block and we are going to do some glue on the inside of the wider side. So on this side. And we're going to place this one at the ending, also over here. This is one. We do here the same, just do on the wider side of the block, you do some glue. You place it over here and give it some pressure. It looks a little bit more like a cane, but of course you are going to do it also on the underside. So again, over here, give it some pressure. And you do here the same on the other side. And then we're going to make sure that we have it in a straight line again. And we're going to let this rest also a couple of minutes. So now we're going to do on the other side the same. We do some glue over here and we place it on the inside this way. We do here the same. And we're going to place it on the inside this way. And now we are going to move this one, and you see already he's not totally dry yet. We're going to move this a little bit lower and we're going to do this one. This one I will do a little bit later because my mat is just too small. So, but you think already know what to do. So now we have already on this side the same. And we're going to let it rest for a couple of minutes. So I placed number 4 on my other mat over here because, or else it is really too crowded over here. So I'm going to do again also on this side some glue on this side of the block. Place it over here. I do here the same, and of course you have to have 4 pieces. You see 3, but there are 4. So again, the last one. And he will be also over here, and we're going to make sure that we have a straight line, and we're going to squeeze it, and a straight line, and over here. And now we're going to let this dry in for at least a half hour. So if everything is correctly, you now have 4 pieces of this one. And of course, let it dry enough because mine is still vulnerable. He is still chance that he falls apart. So I'm still, be careful. I'm going to take 2 of them and I'm going to do on the longest line, I'm going to do some glue over here like this and place it down, and I place them against each other this way. Carefully going to squeeze them. Make sure that you have the ending nicely glued together this way over here, because they will be kind of a poles. I think you call it this way. So we're going to do this 2 and we're going to do the other 2 also. So you see now we have our 2 pieces which will be layered the sides, and of course now we're going to make the middle piece. So now we're going to make the little crates, and of course we are going to use 6, we're going to do 2 crates. So we're going to use for the bottom 6 pieces of 5. So 6 pieces of 5, and we could do the longest line of the block, this side, and we row them very easy together this way. You only glue 4, and number 5 is the closure up, and this is number 3, and number 4 and number 5 is the closure up. And we need for one bottom we need 3 times 5. That's why I do 6, because I'm going to make 2 little crates, kind of a crate, but also this crate you can change up any way you like. And I'm going to do the last of the 5, and I do it as fast as I can so you don't have to wait too long. So again, you're going to squeeze them this way, always at the end, squeeze at the ending also this way. We're going to work them together until a nice piece and squeeze it. And the last one, and then we're going to give it a couple of minutes rest, and we're going to wipe away the glue. So we waited a couple of minutes, and we also did the other side. So I'm placing very fast forward, then place it on the side, wipe your mat and turn it around so you can also do the other side. I'm going to do now all 3 of them, of all 6 of them this way. I'm going to place them on the side, do some glue on the side. I do here also some glue on the side, and we're going to make one piece out of it like this and fill in the open gaps because you don't want open gaps. So again, you do some glue on the side over here and you roll them together this way. And again, give it some pressure also on the side, not only the top. And again, fill in the open gaps. And we're going to wipe away the glue this way. And I'm going to very fast place it on the side, wipe away my mat, turn it over, and we're going to do the back side. Again, do it fast, place it on the side. And if it breaks, it doesn't matter, just glue it together. And again, we're going to wipe away. And we're going to give this a couple of minutes rest. Now we're going to make the back side of the crate, and of course I'm going to double it up because I have 2 crates, so I use 6 rows of 4, 6 rows of 4, and this is for 2 crates. Again, we do the smallest line, place them over here, and again this way, and we do this again with all the 6 rows of 4, and this goes very fast because it's of course not a lot of blocks, but for everyone who doesn't like that it takes a little bit too long of your time, I totally understand it, because some DIY are going faster than other DIYs, but here you always see step by step so everyone can make the DIY also. Again, we're going to squeeze it again this way, and we do it over here and here and here and the last one, and then we're going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So again, we waited a couple of minutes, we're going to turn them this way, and we do the same. We do some glue over here, place it down, do some glue over here, place it down, and we're going to make one piece out of it. And again, we're going to fill in the open gaps so we get a nice back side of our crate. Again, you do some glue here and with this one over here, and we roll them together again, squeeze them, and we're going to wipe away the glue, and also be sure place it on the side, do the mat, and of course place it down. And you see already this is very rollable, you still can fill in the open gaps. Place it on the side, wipe away your mat, turn it over, and do the other side. And we're going to give this also a couple of minutes drying. And now of course we do the sides of the crate, and this will be 4 rows of 4 and 4 rows of 3. So we're going to do again, and this is again for both of the crates, so not for one, but this is also for both of them. So again, some glue. And of course, I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a lot of hammering over here because it's from our neighbor. So sorry for that if you're going to hear it, but it is a work day, so everyone is busy. So again, I'm going to fill them, and now the 4 pieces of 3, and I make one nice row out of it like this, and the last one, and this one, and then we're going to squeeze this one also over here, squeeze them together, and again over here. You do here, and always go back to do the sides, and be careful that it doesn't pop out. And again, this way, you see, he wants to pop out. Press them down again, and then press again. So I'm going to wipe away the glue and let it dry for a couple of minutes. So now we gave them some rest, our 4 pieces of 4 and our 4 pieces of 3. What we're going to do, we're going to place one this way, and we're going to get one of 3. We're going to do some glue on the side, and we're going to place them over here like this. You do one of 4 again, take one of 3 over here, and you place them also at the ending over here in a straight line, and one of 4 again, and one of 3. You place them this way and do them at the ending. Make sure that you have a nice straight line, and of course everything is still moving because the glue is not dry, but that's important because now you can even fill in the open gaps because you don't want open gaps to have on the sides. So again this way, and now the last of 4 and the last of 3, and we do some glue, and we're going to wipe away the glue, fill in the open gaps, and then we're going to wipe away the glue this way, and we're going to let it dry in for at least a couple of minutes. So now we're going to do the last part of our crates, and that will be the front side, and it's also for 2 crates. So we have 6 rows of 3, and we do some glue on the tops over here, and you make 1 row out of it this way. So only on the top side you do some glue, and here, and you fill them in, and the same you do over here. And of course also the front side you can change up at your own taste. This is just what I make of it. I always say everyone can give their own twist on it because everyone has their own ideas for their decor. So again, but this is a nice a little organized. You can use it for so many purposes. You don't have to use it for one special thing. You can use it in your bedroom, you can use it in your children's room, you can use this one everywhere. You can make a couple of them and place them next to each other. It's also fine too. And over here I'm going to let it dry in for a couple of minutes. So what we're going to do right now, we have now our 3 pieces of 3 on this side and 3 pieces of 3 on this side. We're going to place 1 on the side. We do some glue in the middle of the smallest line, place it together. We do here the same, and again squeeze them. We do this one the same. We do some glue on the middle. We're going to place them together this way. Make sure that you have a straight line. Press them together this way. Now you're going to do some glue. You let it lay on your table, a smallest line over here. And what you're going to do, you place it straight up and place it against here. This way. You do here the same. You do some small little line on the underside, and you're going to carefully place it straight up and place it against here. Make sure that you have it nicely glued together. Feel with your fingers on the sides and let it dry in, and then we're going to make our crate together. So now we have all the parts of our crate. So we are going to do one together. The other one I do for myself, because if you have one, you already have both of them. So we're going to start with a bottom like this. We're going to start with the back side. This is the 3 of 4. So we do some glue over here, the smallest line, and we place it on the back side over here. Place it together. Now we're going to get 2 of this one like this. We do some glue on the inside of this side over here and on the underside over here, and we place them straight up against here this way. And be careful, feel with your fingers that you have a nice straight line, because that's what you want over here. And now we do the front side, and the front side we just made. This is this one, you see, like this piece, and we're going to place this one. We do some glue on here, and of course on the underside over here, and on this side already. So we place it this way on top of here. Now we get the side, and we do some glue over here and under here, and we place this one on this side. So if everything is correctly, you have a nice little crate, and of course work a little bit with it until it is one nice piece. I'm going to squeeze it over here, and I'm going to let this dry, and in a moment I show it to you a little bit closer. So, and I told you I show it to you a little bit closer like this, and you see we have a little border around here like this. And like we said, we have 2 of them, and we have of course our frame, which is looking like this. Before I'm going to glue it, I'm going to paint it. And of course you can do the little crates in another color. You can change up anything. You can first glue it, but I glue it later. But if you spray paint it, then I recommend that you glue it first, then give it a little bit of sanding, and then do your spray paint, because you want to be sure that the glue is away, because spray paint and glue is not really a nice combination. So always glue it in, let it dry overnight, then sand it and spray paint it. So I'm going to use a different kind of paint. This is a kind of chalk paint. I found this also in our store, but you have your own chalk paint, because this is only available in this area. So I'm going to try and look how this is looking like, but of course choose your own color. So I am painting with this new paint. I can honestly say, be happy that it is it's not available in a lot of countries, because this is really really bad. You see, this is chalk paint, that it only gives a nice little vase of white, but it doesn't do anything. I like that the wood is coming through, but this is really a little bit too much wood coming through. So I'm not really happy with this one. And we have this is available in a shop called Action here in the Netherlands. So I hope you have a little bit of better paint if you want, especially if you want to have it in one color. So I'm still debating what I'm going to do, if I'm going to color this in totally and look how it will look like, or I'm going to get my other paint and I'm going to paint it again. So I'm still debating. You see in a moment when everything is painted. So I did paint all of the pieces. What I did, I'm going to lay down one of our sides, and I'm going to get one of my baskets of crates, and I'm going to place them on top, make little marks over here where I want to have them. So I place both of them this way, and I'm going to look for where I want to have them. But that's just a personal privilege. You don't have to do it the way that I do. And I get my gray marker, place it over here, make lines where I need to glue, and then you can easily glue in your pieces. So I'm going to do some glue on this one, over here and over here. And I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to place my crates on top and let it dry in for at least a half hour. So now I place my second piece on top and made sure that he is in the same direction and the same length. Just use a ruler of a straight line, go place it next to it, and place it also on this side next to it, to be sure that you have it glued exactly on this one. I'm going to get my marker again, and I'm going to make some lines over here. So I'm really sure that where I want to have it, over here and over here. Of course I have to look for, because I do it in the other side. I do it here this way, and I do it this way. So I'm going to glue this one, and then I'm going to do some weight on top of it so everything can dry in one time. And you see already how our little racket, we call it in the Netherlands, we call it rek, and of an organization rack. You can call it anything. You can do also anything inside of it, and it is for every season. What we're going to do, we're going to place it on the side. We're going to get our blocks, and we're going to get 8 blocks. So very simple, we have 8 of this one. What we're going to do some glue on this one, on the side and on the top. So place it down. You do this one against here. You do over here something on the underside, place it over here. And this one will be on the top side and on the side. And if you place it all together, you have a nice piece, and everything is glued nicely together like this. And make sure that you have a straight line. So again, what you also can do is just very easy. Place them together this way. Do here the same. Place them together. And one on the tops a little, and then glue it together. So there are lots of ways to glue them in once. So we're going to get our towel, and we're going to wipe away the glue. And of course, very quickly turn it over. clean up your mat and do the back side. Same here, do it fast, place it on the side, turn it over and do the back side also. We're going to give it a couple of minutes before we're going to place some lettering on top. So in the meantime, while my two pieces are drying, I'm going to took out some letters from my stash. These are just simple wooden letters, very thin, but you can use some stickers. You can write it yourself. It doesn't matter. I use this wooden letters, and of course I'm doing the word pears on top of here, and maybe some lemons or apples on this side. So I'm going to get my black marker this way, and I'm going to make my letters in the black color. So I did color my pieces in the black color, and I leave this little plank of tag, how you call it. I'm going to leave it in this color, in the wood color. I'm going to place one over here, and I'm going to use some very simple wood glue, and I'm going to change up a little bit of the lettering. I do them a little bit in different, yeah, not straight, but a little bit, yeah, not crooked, but I don't know how you call it, but at least not straight next to each other. So, and I'm going to do them very carefully this way, and I'm going to do this way, and then I'm going to let it rest. I'm going to do for this one, I think I'm going to go for a lemon. So I'm going to let this rest. I do this out of camera because or else you get very bored. So you see already both of my little tags are finished, and of course I'm going to place them or glue them on top of here in the middle, and I do the other one of course over here. Oh, you don't see it, almost you don't see it, and of course you see it backwards, but don't worry, later you will see the right way. So I'm going to glue this on top of here, and then we're going to do some decoration inside. So I show you also now a little bit behind the scenes. As you see already, I did cut off my little piece of greenery. You see, I bought this with IKEA. This was just a plant. I ripped it apart, and I did cut out all the pieces over here. And now I'm going to make little bundles, and I do a little bit of an elastic band around it. You see over here. Make sure that the underline is straight, and so I can easily place it in the display, and everything stays always nicely together. So this way, you see. And I have here already some lemons on top of here. I have here some yellow pears. I have here some boxwood. It's from a garland. I rip it apart, do a bundle with each other, do elastic band around it, and you can easily pop it in, and you don't see the elastic band because it's in between. You see in a moment how easy it is to decorate this kind of little boxes. So I have already some extra bundles. Over here I have my fruit, and of course I have a whole IKEA container full with faux fruit, with apples, pears, lemons, bigger ones, thinner ones, every size. And you see already the container. I mean, this is a little bit an out of hand little hobby of mine, because I love faux fruit. You see already it's a little kind of a tick for me, but this is the container. I always use it all year round. In the winter more the red apples, so I have for every season I have something. So now you see the underside of the basket. Of course this one is the top. I'm going to get some grass. It's some kind of a raffia, and of course you can buy it now in different colors. This kind of just paper, you know what I mean. If you see it, you now with Easter you get it in many colors. So go ahead already, buy some packages of this kind of thing in other colors, so you can use it all year round. So I'm going to place it inside of here, pull it apart, and give it kind of a little, yeah, nest, but a little like kind of a yeah, I don't know, a filler. So, and I do for the top side the same. You don't see it really well, the top side, but you see a little over here. So I'm going to place this over here, and now I'm going to fill it in with my lemons on the underside, of course, over here. And in this way, I'm just going to do a couple over here. I'm going to pull out a little of the paper raffia over here, so the back side will be nicely done. And over here we fill something in. Now we get some boxwood, some little bundles, and you just place them over here to give it some greenery, and we do some on the top. Over here, fill in with your lemons. Over here. And now we do 2 of these bundles. I think that's more than enough. I will squeeze it in and place it on the side. I have to work with because I don't see really what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to fill in this one. And now I'm going to look for some lemons extra over here. And of course, be sure that they don't fall down. So this is already the underside and it is so easy to do. So I do the top side also, but you see in a moment a quick impression. And you see finally a quick impression of my tumbling tower blocked little rag. And of course you can do anything you like, change it up, maybe do some other fruit inside, maybe do some bakery things inside. You can change it up any way you like. Everyone who is new here, I hope you enjoy what you saw. And if you do, I hope you will click the red subscribe button, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. Everyone have an amazing day and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.